Yeah, lights on, game time, let's break it all down. From the spreads to the lines, who's up, who's down. We're crunching the numbers, calling the plays, talking all sports in a big time way.
Welcome back to Spreadsheets Sports. I missed y'all. I really, really did. I have been knee deep in baseball. MLB has been interesting. I'll start doing some content for baseball, but I have just been really having a lot of fun with it. And it's been really, really good. I have desperately missed the NFL, as I'm sure some of you have as well. I did not post earlier on purpose because I wanted to have a chance to really do some observation, and I wanted to look at the teams, and I wanted to look at like what they were doing, their style, all of those type of things. And that was what I thought would help me with matching with the data. Those that are returning, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. For those that are coming for the first time, what you'll see with this show is just going to really be me taking a dive into the data. I use a lot of different probability formulas, some augmented formulas from AI, um, traditional probability formulas. I cross reference those to try to help with the models to predict games. Um, if you're new to the channel as well, this is probably the best location for you to come to try to figure out what's a good game to watch, because I'll talk about the games that have some type of excitement level. Um, in addition to those that are watching the game because they're concerned about their conference and their division, I give you that angle as well. I also give you a little bit of the betting world. So anybody that is doing prop bets, money lines, spreads, I talk about all of that. I talk about the odds on the marketplace. So it gives you a nice variety of different things to look at. Today's content is going to be strictly about rankings. Okay. I am a believer that you have to know the horse that you're betting on, right? So for me, it starts here. That's what the last 3 to 4 weeks have been for me, along with watching some pregame activity, preseason activity, and just seeing the packages that they have on defense and on offense. We got to see some game speed over the last 2 games and their packages and the personnel matching with those packages and not matching. Um, who's the underdogs, who's starting out on top, all of those different things I need to know so that it's smooth sailing the rest of the season. Because this is kind of like my benchmark for the teams at like 2 to 3. At 6, I can kind of tell you my opinion of where I think teams will be going. But today's show is all about that. I put together something for everybody. As you review it, there's going to be some different graphics that just screenshot it. You don't really got to listen to me run my mouth because you know how to look at the data. Um, and then look at it for yourself and interpret it on your own terms. I've always had the theme that this is a better channel collectively together, with everybody's opinions about what they see, because I don't discredit any of it. All of it's right in my eyes because I'm trying to find the right angle coming from the right dimension of the universe about what's going on with these games. I don't discount any of it. Like, if you got an opinion about the game, let me know, because I'll look at it from that perspective and save myself some heartache on a Sunday when that bet don't hit. So definitely chime in and challenge me, ask questions. Somebody else might know something that you need to know, or whatever the case may be, or if you just a fandom of the whole NFL arena, which I am, but everybody knows that I have a slight bias against the Chiefs. They're my team. Unfortunately, they suck right now. But I'll get into the data part of that a little bit later. But anyway, that's the show today. If you're new to the channel, these shows that I'm going to have for you after today are not going to be as long as today, right? I literally just wanted to share with you guys a deep dive on these teams and who they are, what they have potential to do, good or bad. That's what today's show is about. Future content, game related. I'll do some other content for rankings throughout the season, but it won't be as long as this. I'm gonna try to cut the ranking videos down to like 15 minutes. But again, I did. It's not an apology. It's just in me being transparent about the experience I'm about to give you for looking at the rankings for the teams. But let's dive into this data. Let's dive into everything. Um, Again, if you're new to the channel, like, comment, share, or subscribe, please. For those that have already done that, it's good to see you back again. Let's have some fun. Let's look at this information and see what we got. All right. So as we look at the numbers for the offense, right? You really gotta really dissect it and look at like how are they producing or what are they producing is a better way to look at it, okay? Because I do have some really good info and some data on how they do what they do. I'll get to that one here pretty soon. But I know those that are watching maybe on a device, the data, it's a lot of data, so you're not going to really be able to properly see it on a device. But if you're on a TV or a I don't know, some type of pad or tablet, then it's going to be a little bit more visible. Take a screenshot, blow it up later, zoom in and zoom out wherever you want to, but I'm going to run and just follow me as I run down the numbers. So the teams that really are doing well with offense right now are going to be Atlanta, obviously the Ravens, the Bills. Like the Bills are doing like 450 yards total offense a game. Monsters. The Bears, surprisingly, 328. Um, Cleveland Browns, 324. Cowboys, 392. Lions, 378. Now the Lions are, they polishing things up. They weren't doing as well in their first game, but they still at 378. Green Bay Packers, 335. Colts, 445. Jags, 389. Chargers, 355. Rams, 367. Patriots, 334. The Patriots producing on offense. Look at that. Giants, 49ers, all of them are above 300, above 350. Like, that's the big number of like who's producing on offense, right? I highlighted the other ones for passing and rushing. I'm not going to run those down for the sake of the video. But the other big piece out of this is the points. I got a homeboy, and we talk about this every season. Like, what's the number? We think that the magic number for anybody to win throughout the season and obviously Super Bowl is 43. First team to 43 every game, no matter who's playing. If a team scores 43, they win the game. The other team can't outscore them. I think 43 is the number. Especially down the road, 18 games from now. It's cold, long season, injuries, and whatever. 43 that late in the season is tough, but they do it. So, I mean, looking at that, I mean, right now you got the Ravens. They definitely can get you to 40 because they averaging 40 and a half points. Bills averaging 35 points. Cowboys is averaging 30. Lions are now averaging 32 and a half. Packers are averaging 27. So they got an offense and a defense. We're going to look at the Packers here in a second on their defense. But the Colts are scoring 31. Isn't that Danny Dimes? Danny Dimes now? They scoring 31 points with Danny Dimes? Jags, Trevor Lawrence, we know that. And the Steelers, Aaron Rodgers. Boy, he's coming. He had a bad game, but he'll be back. He will be back. But that's offense. Let's dive into defense and see how things look with that. With the defense, you obviously looking for the teams that can keep the yards and the points down. Um, I'm gonna run these down and then I'm gonna point out one thing that's very significant that's going to make you look at things a little bit differently, right? So, for example, when it goes to defense, right? Atlanta is allowing 229 yards. The Bills are allowing 293, right? The Bills are allowing almost 300 yards a game on defense. They got some work to do. Cleveland Browns, they are allowing less than 200. That's pretty good. And they got a somewhat put together offense, but they got some chinks in their armor too, though. The Broncos, Bo Nix, I love him, but his defense is allowing over 300 yards. Same thing goes for the Lions. They score a lot. They're a scoring machine, but they are allowing points. Green Bay Packers are allowing only 230 yards a game. Colts 267, Jags 300. They running up the scoreboard, but they are allowing you to score as well. It's a shootout with them every time. The Chiefs allowing 305, but we don't have an offense. We can barely score 21 points. Um, Chargers 282. Chargers are actually doing better in my opinion than the Chiefs right now. That part of the AFC is going to be tough. Rams 258, right? The Eagles allowing 300 yards, and they just really got, a solid offense at the end of the day, and they get touchdowns, but they still allow 300 yards a game from their opponents. 49ers, offense not looking too good, but they are still the defense keeping them around, allowing 268 yards. But here's what I want you to look at. If you notice, the Green Bay Packers are the only one out of this bunch that are leading in all categories. The Green Bay Packers only allow 238 yards, and of that, they only allow you to pass 190 yards. Like out of the first two games with their blitz package, Michael Parsons, oh God, this thing is crazy right now. They look pretty good. They look pretty good. They only allowing 50 yards rushing, right? They only allowing you to get 15 points a game. That's tough. That's tough. I mean, the other teams to really look out for that's only letting you score is the Texans, but then they'll let you run yards up. So you got to look for that too, where to be like, oh, well, the defense only allows score of whatever number, right? There's people out there that look at teams that way, but that's not a true way to look at their production on defense because how are they letting teams score on them? Like, for example, with the Texans, they letting people get a lot of yards, but then they are not allowing but 17 points a game, which means that they have a good red zone defense. That's how you point those out. But the Packers got a good red zone defense. They are only allowing you 190 in passing, so their secondary is good. That means their blitz package is good. They rough up the quarterback. Their defensive line is good. Obviously, they only allowing 49 yards. Their linebackers are good. Like they're everything right now. The Packers are a problem on defense. Serious problem. Numbers don't lie, but that's where we are with defense. Let's look at something else right quick. When you really look at the breakdown of these teams, and that's why I titled this particular type of data identity. Okay. And the reason is that I like to know going into a season, not only what they've done, which is what we just looked at, but I want to know how are they doing it, right? And that helps me identify a team whether or not they like heavy on the rush or they heavy on the pass or are they equally balanced, right? And then you can also use that to your advantage if you know that to really pick the players you're anticipating to help you out on some player props. If you don't know the identity of the team, then you're going to pick the wrong players and with an expectation of production. Because even after you know that they're a passing team, then you got to go and figure out like what's the contribution, how many times are they getting the ball as a target per game, and then you can kind of figure out how to like project. Oh well, I think um, Kittle get 4 receptions because he probably is like getting targeted 6, and he has a 50+% um receiving percentage. And if that's the case, yes, take that and take the 4 because he's probably going to get 4 to 5. Basic stuff. This isn't rocket science, guys. It's really not. It's like a matching game. But you gotta have this part of the matrix in order to like look at the teams at like true identity of who they are, what they do, how they do it, and then you can match that up against an opponent. It's a matching game. That's all it is. But anyway, with this being said, right now, your Russian teams are the Panthers, the Bengals, the Browns, the Cowboys, the Lions, Green Bay, Chiefs, Raiders, Chargers, Rams, Dolphins, Patriots, Saints. Jets are balanced. Giants are a big run team this year so far. Steelers, even with Aaron Rodgers. Um, yeah, these are the teams that have done pretty well with and this is like rushing yards. But I'm sorry, that's with attempts. So when you look at like the complete picture of how they are with rushing or passing, your balanced teams are the Cardinals, the Falcons, the Ravens. As crazy as that sounds, the Ravens are balanced. Like they will kill you running the ball with Derrick Henry, or they will unleash the pass. And Lamar is looking like he has a laser cannon. Um, Serious problem. I don't know how the Ravens don't win the Super Bowl this year. Um, they play the Bills again. The Bills lose. Um, they are like bulletproof, man. They're crazy. But on top of that, you got the Bills, obviously, and they're balanced. So you got the Bills that are balanced, and they'll kill you on run or Josh Allen or he'll pass, and then their defense can like hold their own. I mean, they got some work to do like anybody else, but it's solid enough. They're a problem to be balanced. The Packers are balanced with a monster defense. That's crazy. They are a problem. They are a problem. Oh boy, the Texans are balanced. The Vikings are balanced. And the Seahawks, as crazy as that is, they're balanced. Um, Panthers are heavy on the pass with attempts, and the Browns are heavy on pass with attempts. Same thing with the Bengals, but Burrow is out, so I don't know how Browning's going to do with that. Cowboys, Dak, and CD Lamb and Pickens, he gonna have to figure that out. The Jags, the Chiefs got a lot to figure out. They got an injury as well. I don't know how things unfold for them. Rashid Rice is back in about 3 games. Raiders, they just trying to figure it out. Um, the Saints, the Giants looking pretty good. Giants are looking pretty good. Don't look at the records to determine that. Um, it's gonna be some interesting games, guys, where like this weekend and Sunday, you're gonna see a lot of teams that are 0-2 that are going to beat teams that are 2-0. You're gonna see some upsets on Sunday. And upsets from the perspective of what the books think are going to like who the book think is going to win or lose. You're going to see it's going to be a lot of good plus cheese money out this weekend. Um, a lot of up in the air games that on the surface look one way, but it's some other things that can happen. But that's your passing teams and your running teams. How they're giving the ball out versus how they do. Um, just keep that in mind. and then that'll help you know what they coming into. And like, especially if they do well with run and they got a bad weather game, then you know that they're good because they can handle the run. They can run in the bad weather. They can run in the cold weather. My homeboy always talks about the outside team wins. If they not from out, if they don't play outside and that's not their home field, then they're not used to playing outside, and it's going to be rough for them once it gets cold. I mean, not rough for them, but rough for anybody else that doesn't play outside. Your dome teams, they suffer in the wintertime when they got to go outside. So keep that in mind when you're looking at, who's a run team and who's a pass team. But we'll dive into something else and see how you like the breakdown of the AFC versus the NFC. The NFC, man, um, some of it's to be expected, right? And some of it is not so much. Now, when it comes to how I'm doing ranking breakdowns, I'm going to give you different versions, right? This version is strictly based off of data, okay? The rankings with the yellow tabs at the top, they pertain to certain stats for each team in the NFC, right? The numbers on the far left, starting with 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, that is a ranking based off of performance, not record. I consider the record later on in the season. Right now, my focus is literally on how are they doing in each category. Offense, defense, turnovers, penalties, special teams, as well as the coaching, right? Which we're going to look at coaching and we're going to see, like, literally who's the leader of these flocks and see how do they match up against each other. But as it pertains to NFC, your top five right now, based off of performance: Green Bay, Rams, Bucks, Eagles, Lions. That's just what the data says. Don't be upset at me. Falcons, Commanders, 49ers, Cowboys, Seahawks, and the Cardinals. I was so surprised to see that the Vikings are down as far as they are. I expected the Giants to be where they are, but they can definitely move up and move up fast. They might beat the Chiefs on Sunday. They might just beat the Chiefs just by outscoring the Chiefs. Bears, Caleb Williams, he's a problem. He's developing very well. And he got some weapons. They could move up the charts. I don't expect the Saints to move up the charts or the Panthers. They are where they are. Rebuilding year, and next year, try to get better. But the 49ers actually surprised me. But now they're dealing with injuries. Same thing with Commanders, dealing with injuries right now. Falcons are better than I thought they were. Bucks are right where I thought they were going to be. They are a pretty good team. Eagles surprised me being down a little bit, mainly because I thought the Eagles would have ranked higher. Super Bowl returning champs. They have a consistent game. Number one running back, arguably, I would say not arguably at all. Like, there's no argument about Saquon. You can put Derrick Henry up against him, but man, and then that's when you got to really drill down on stats if you want to be that particular. But my opinion, Saquon Barkley is it. He's that guy. Um, Lions, their duo in the backfield. And then there's the Packers leading the pack, right? And their defense. And they just knocking out the park every category: offense, defense, special teams, turnovers, penalties, all of they just doing everything right. I mean, they can definitely do some work on their special teams, but other than that, and they got a good coaching staff. That's not just the coach, but that's the coach. That's like the coach and his assistant, his offense coordinator and his defense coordinator, and I'm ranking a combo rank for those three coaches together. Um, that's your NFC. Let's look at AFC. In the AFC, um, there was some surprises as well. Again, we going off of data. I already gave you the layout of how to read the this particular graphic when you want to screenshot it or whatever. But The list goes as follows: Bills, Ravens, Chargers, Colts, Chiefs, Broncos, Steelers, Bengals, Patriots, Raiders, Jags, Texans, Jets, Browns, Dolphins, Titans. I gotta tell you, everybody that's in that bottom list except for the Jags, I expected to be there. The Jets on the first game came out looking a little bit like they had some potential, but they kind of choked a little bit. Same thing with the Texans. I expected better out of them performance wise so far, but they are where they are. But in fairness, I mean, there's nobody in the above categories I think they can really like beat twice. I don't think they could beat the Patriots twice. The Patriots are looking like physical. They putting together something. Bengals, they're gonna drop down on the list, so the Jets could slide into that slot maybe, or the Jags could slide into that slot. Like, I like how the Jags are using Travis Hunter right now. They're using him as a target, and then he's also had a pretty good game on defense, forcing some incomplete passes. Um, uh, yeah. Then there's the damn Denver Broncos with Bo Nix. Man, if he ain't a serious problem, um, and the crazy thing is even with Bo Nix being a problem, they still rank number 22 as an offense. So there's a lot of room to improve on top of him being a problem. Um, I think he's going to definitely step up to the plate, and they'll get better on offense, definitely, because he's and the coaching with that as well. Like, come on, man, Peyton right there with him, it's crazy. The Chiefs, number 5, surprising. I thought they would be lower because they haven't been playing that well. And I would easily say that the Steelers were a better team than the Chiefs up until last week's performance. The Chiefs lost, but they put up a decent performance, opinion. Steelers lost, but they put up a bad performance, opinion. Um, which is why I think it fell out this way on the data. But performance wise, I would have in week 1, I easily had that switched out where the Chiefs were not as good as the Steelers. And I'm still not convinced the Chiefs are better than the Steelers. I just think Aaron Rodgers had a bad day and he's gonna come out and light the gym up again. The Colts, Danny Dimes, surprised everybody. They have a number 7 offense right now. like, you gotta respect that. You know what I mean? Chargers, same thing. A quarterback package is looking very well. Justin Herbert, um, really great product. Number 2 offense right now. They're not making a lot of mistakes. They're doing very, very well. Here's a surprising thing though about the Ravens. As great as they are, not even good, as great as they are, as elite as they are, they actually are showing some problems with offense and defense. But they're such a dominating blunt object, right? They're like a metal aluminum baseball bat across the back of your head. They are a problem, man. But even with being a problem as they are, and they're like not ranked that well with offense and defense right now, whew, that's scary because if they get better on top of being who they are, how do you can't compete against that? And I think that that's only attributed to losing the game. But even losing that game, they scored, but their defense is what ultimately made them look bad because they let them score so much. So you gotta see it for what it is. The Bills, what more can you say about them? Number 1 offense, number 8 defense, number 2 in turnovers, number 5 in penalties, number 10 in special point and special teams. I mean, number 4 coaching staff. Like what is Josh Allen, Superman? It's hard. This is a great season. This is going to be a great season. It's some competition out here. And as they compete, injuries staying to a minimum. Hopefully everybody stays healthy as they can be. But it's gonna be a lot of money to be made this season, man, because everybody's gonna be playing. Everybody's gonna be playing. It's not a lot of slouches. It's a lot of competitors, and that means that everybody's gonna be playing. Player props gonna be on fire this season. On fire. Because you're gonna be able to predict it a lot easier because everybody's gonna be playing because they have to play. Let's look at these coaches. This is a real fast one. I just want you to have this, and you can screenshot it and zoom in on it. But top 10 coaches according to the data of career wins, career losses, career ties, and tenure as a head coach in the NFL. Top 10 data has things at Mike Tomlin number one, Harbaugh number two, Andy Reid number three, Sean McDermott number four, Sean McVay number five, Kyle Shanahan number six, Matt LaFleur number seven, Dan Quinn number eight, number nine is Jim Harbaugh, and number 10 is Zach Taylor. That's the squad. But we'll see what happens as it unfolds, but solid leadership. I got the rest of them there for you. I don't want to, for the sake of the video, like run it a little bit too long by talking about this, but that's your teams and that's your coaches and that's their attributes. I did not include rings on purpose because I wanted to keep it at bare notice of just the actual um, coaches and can they win games and do they lose games. Rings are subjective to me, but performance is performance. And this is what you've been really waiting for is literally like how I have it laid out, right? You want to see what I would say are the rankings. And this is what I'll have for rankings. I'm not going to do this long of a show in the future when it comes to me doing content on rankings. I'm going to just keep it real simple. I did it this long because I wanted you to see my thought process about how I grade teams, right? It's straight to the point, it's fair, unbiased. This list is also calibrated by two other people I follow. One of them is Greek Gridiron. The other one is Ross Tucker. I'm not giving them a shout out or I don't get paid for that, but I just wanted to tell you as a validating as a source I took their rankings of 1 to 32 and I did a combo rank versus my data's AI's data ranking for these teams as well. And this is what we came up with. So based on those three things, right? Ross Tucker, Greek Gridiron, and AI data, Bills are number one, Ravens number two, Packers are number three, Rams are number four, Chargers are number five, Bucks are number six, Eagles number seven, Lions number eight, Colts number nine, and the Kansas City Chiefs number 10. I was surprised that it ended up with the Chiefs at 10. I don't see them as number 10. And this is not even giving them a lean because they're the Chiefs. Like this is just data. I don't see that they're playing as good as they would be to be at number 10, but they are there. Um 11 to 20 is going to be the Broncos, the Falcons, Commanders, 49ers, Steelers, Bengals, Cowboys, Seahawks, Cardinals, right? So this squad and the Patriots at number 20, this squad, this blue squad, this blue squad, man, they are the hitters right now. Anybody that's blue that's 0-2 right now are dangerous because they're going to get overlooked. These are your teams that can make you some plus cheese money this weekend. whoever they're scheduled against this weekend on Sunday, if they are plus cheese, it would be in your good interest to take them or to consider taking them because they definitely might cash for you. I'm telling you, these are some thriller in the Manila killers. They're not to be played with. I mean, the obvious ones like the Commanders, injuries, right? Steelers, Aaron Rodgers, he coming back. 49ers not threatening, but they there. Don't underestimate them. Cowboys looked great game one, but now I don't really know. But we'll see what happens. It was a tough competitive game against the Giants. Seahawks are playing much better than I thought they would with the whole team being dismantled. Um, that's that squad, and then you got the bottom feeders, as I like to call them, the Raiders, Vikings. How the Vikings are there with the Justin Jefferson thing? They have not been performing well. They have not been performing well. The Jags. They got room to grow, but you could even look at them for some plus cheese on Sunday. Texans, I wouldn't. No, Jets maybe worry about the Jets. They could turn things around and make some adjustments, and same thing with the Giants. Like I said, Giants might beat the Chiefs this weekend, and Giants might get that W just off of outscoring the Chiefs. Bears, don't count them out, but they're at the bottom. They dealing with some things. The Browns, remember what we saw with the Browns. Browns, they got something. They dealing with some problems at quarterback, but other than that, they're somewhat good enough. The Dolphins, oh God, dog, they look like deep fried dog shit. And the Saints, Titans, and the Panthers. Rebuilding years for those teams. They're done. They're toast. Not even wild card. And that's bold. But based off of what I saw, I don't see anything that can be like turned around. But don't like cancel your season. Just build on it. Try to win the games you can win and develop the plays and learn to play. Just try to make it positive and productive, but it's over for them. In my opinion. But that's my list. That's my rank. Um, you know, we'll see. We will see, but we'll keep following it and see how it unfolds. And this will be my Bible for Sunday when I pick my teams. But you'll see that reflect in the data I'll show you for the games that I'm going to show everybody on the other content. But that's what I got. So that wraps up today's show. Um, quite a deep dive. Comment if you saw some teams that you thought might not have made certain statuses, like who you might have been surprised by. I tried to tell you who I was. Like, yeah, I see it differently. Who I thought based off of off-season trades and drama going on with suspensions and all this other stuff, and we were trying to figure out what the teams were going to look like, right? All of us, right? The big analysts and just us as fans or what have you. And I have painted a different picture than what I see right now. But this is what we got. This is what we got. So, for those that are in the gambling world, happy hunting. Hunting season is here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get it. Oh God, this and baseball at the same time is going to be crazy. Oh boy, 15 games every day for baseball, and then on Sunday, oh God, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. So much to have fun with. So much to have fun with this season. But I wish everybody good luck if you're in the betting world. Um, and those that are looking for a really great season with entertainment, I'm here to be your guide to tell you what game's gonna have some action. Um, Also happy to hear that. Are you ready for some football anthem? Man, when I heard that thing, I started breakdancing. Um, But anyway, let's have a great season, ladies and gentlemen. And it should be
From
a
the
really,
spreads to
really,
the
really
lines,
good one.
who's up, who's down? We're crunching the numbers, calling the plays, talking all sports in a big time way. Yeah, yeah. Spreadsheets Sports, let's ride.